Sara Connell. I want to bring you up on the stage next. Ah!
Hello, Fabian.
I'm so glad you're here. We're going to put you, there you are. There you are.
Hello, mindset retreat. Oh my gosh. I've been on a plane most of the day. I've been on in the morning, was on a flight, got here. So I'm in some weird lighting, but I'm so
Oh,
happy.
you're good. You look good. So, Sara, I'm so happy that you're going to share your story. And I would love for you, I always just like to hear, like, where were you before? Before you said, I'm taking the plunge into Boldheart, what was your situation like?
Yes, and I was a very unexpected addition because not a lot of people come and say, I went to Mindset and I signed up. Well, my friend Kavita, who's here right now, went to Mindset and I signed up through her. I mean, literally,
Wow.
she told me about how powerful this was, and I knew that it was something I needed to do. And where I was before, I coach women who want to change lives and the planet with their message to help them become best-selling authors and TEDx speakers. So all the scary visibility that you just talked about. And so where I was is that I had, because of investing in another program, actually gone from being stuck at 20,000 a year or less. Couldn't make money. I just couldn't. I felt very disempowered.
Hmm.
And I had worked up to breaking the six-figure mark
Great.
and getting into the
Congratulations.
sixes. And so that was a huge breakthrough. And where I was before I joined is that I knew what got me into the six figures was not going to get me to the full impact of my calling, which is to save lives with story. It wasn't going to get me to serve all the people I'm here to serve. And so, you talk about like the recipe book, right? And it's like, I knew I needed a new recipe book, but there were a lot of mentors who, I know you've shared about this too, who are very masculine energy, and just, it was really like sell hard, hustle. And it wasn't right. And I knew when I came here and experienced you and the people in this community, this is what I wanted. This is what I
Yeah.
wanted. And so I was at this point of like ready to scale, but I needed a new playbook.
Yeah. Was there any resistance or just Kavita said, do it? And you're like, I'm just freaking doing
So,
it.
so there was total resistance because I had invested in other programs and I told myself, you can't have more, right? Like, oh, you can't, you can't, you have to wait a year. You have to do it later. You already made this other. And and the other thing that was underneath that was I didn't believe in my own worth.
Mm.
And something that has been revealed through doing the deep mindset we do here and the strategy is I didn't believe I was worthy of being a seven-figure business owner, of leading a team, of scaling. I didn't. And that was really what it was about. It wasn't about the money. It was about my worth.
Yeah, it always is. What am I always saying? This is an issue of self-worth
And it
every
was.
time. How did you overcome that? Because there might be somebody here who's tried other programs and they didn't work, or they have a what Vishen calls a rule, like a BS rule about like waiting until you're finished with something or waiting a year, or
Totally.
how did you overcome the resistance to saying yes to yourself?
Yeah, because thank God I did, because I was very much on the fence, like just wait a year. And I really do believe in living from my intuition. I have been gifted to connect with my intuition, to develop a way of like feeling what's in my body and my heart. And it said, do this. And so what I did is I reminded myself that when I've taken leaps of faith in the past, because what I know is this, the people we surround ourselves with are where we'll go. So if I need to be in the room, virtual room, with mentor and community that are living the way, like Tanya just spoke. I love Tanya. Like Tanya's like a new BFF, right? And Molly, my AB, is here. Kavita's here. So I needed to be in that room. And so how I got over it was saying, if I keep doing what I'm doing, nothing will change.
Yeah, it's almost like what got me here again, like what got me here, not just in my business, but in the support of coaching. It will
Yes.
not get me to the next level.
It won't. So I just said, look, if it means I'm doubling down, if it means I'm spending more on investing in myself and my business than I anticipated, this is a thing I heard women focus a lot on the cost instead of the opportunity. And that was me. And so I said, instead of thinking, oh, this is going to cost me and I'm investing, what could I create if I give this to myself? And it has been so far beyond my expectations already. I
Can you
only joined in
share?
Yes, I
Yeah.
joined in December, and I heard someone say this once. I had what's called the Boldheart Bump. I never knew this. Someone said it in the community. And so it was the end of the year. And so I wasn't expecting any big financial. It was December. People are going on holiday. And I think I had $60,000 of new client sales come in before and took 2 weeks off with no work at all. Right. And then what's happened is might make me cry. I set the intention to grow our team and our business and our service in the world. And that meant going to, scaling to the 7-figure mark. And I knew that meant I need to be doing 100,000 a month. That seemed insane. Remember, a few years ago, I couldn't make 20,000. So 100,000 a year was insane. So I kept coming to the Q&As with you, asking the questions. I come to every book you recommended, I read. Every Q&A you offer, I'm there. Every innovator. And I have had now 2 consecutive 100K months. over. And by the way, the second one, which is June, right now, it ended. I worked less than I have in the last 3 years of my life. So not only, and this is because of you, Fabi, because I went deep into mindset. I worked with Nancy Linneruth, who's here, and in clearing subconscious blocks. I used our community. I gave, and that, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Come on. It's serious. Did you ever think when you were in that 20,000 a year struggle, did you ever think you would be like just a couple of years later, like $100,000 months?
I couldn't imagine to make 100,000 a year. And this is what I will share. Everything seems impossible. And something that you put in my heart and all of our hearts is what used to be impossible is now easy.
Yeah. Chills.
I could not make 20,000 in a year. If I had someone said you could make 100,000 a year, I would have done like naked cartwheels. I was like, how? Like I can contribute to my family. I can contribute to my child. I can care for things in this world. I can contribute. Like it really mattered. I didn't want to stay stuck, because if I stay stuck, then anyone who comes with me stays stuck. Like I can only take others as far as I go.
Yeah. Yeah. Sara, what stands out in the community? I mean, in Boldheart, is it the community? Is it the Q&As? Is it your pod that you mastermind with? Is it the activators, leverage your this or grow your this, because you have access to both? What are all the different aspects, the coaching?
Yeah.
What do you benefit from?
So it's certainly all of the above, because I do come to I did the growth modules, the leverage. I'm all in. I'm like, I'm going to soak this up like a sponge. But, for me, the deep focus on mindset first. And the reason why is that I do understand now that success is mindset. And not only success, I don't mean success, just the money, right? The money is a gift, and I'm so grateful. And it's a result, not the goal. Because the goal for me is how to lead with integrity and how to be of service to the fullest of my gifts. And that to me is the mindset first, and then how to build a team. Like I just didn't have any systems. I had no systems. I didn't know how to lead it. I never expected to be in this place. It was like me for 10 years doing my own thing, struggling. And so it is the mindset first with absolutely rock solid strategy. Like you introduced me to the traction books. I just hired an integrator. So
you're doing all the things. You're not reinventing the recipe. It's not like you're going to go on the internet and try to sift through 1,000 souffle recipes. You're just going to get the one that works, the one that's been used for 21 years and tens of thousands of women. Sara, there's somebody here, maybe more than one person, who is sitting here thinking, oh my God, I want this for myself. Should I, shouldn't I? If they were sitting next to you, having a coffee, and they asked you this, what would you say to them?
Well, I've done quite a few coaching programs at this point, before I came here. And what I would say is, if there is any peace in your heart that's having what I had, when I felt like, I think this is the real deal, I can absolutely assure you it is. And that the investment, right? It's not, it's a proven method. It's a proven method. And so the risk isn't as high as we think in a container like this, because of Fabian, who you are, and because of this community. So I would say, if it's resonating, even a ping of resonance, yes, Yes, because look what's possible. I mean, truly, the miraculous is possible here.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Sara. Everybody drop her some love in the comments. Like, thank you so much for coming off a flight and then jumping back in here to inspire all these people. Thank you. Thank you.